It's time for Bravo with Sheila, a place to be enlightened, a place to be built up, and always a place to remember that when nothing changes, nothing changes. Hello, 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 everyone. How are you doing? Welcome to Bravo with Sheila. We are happy that you are here tonight. Listen, it's turning down the clock. We are turning down the clock everywhere. We're almost at the end of this year. I have no idea how we got here so fast, but we are here and we need to be ready and be present. And so tonight, once again, she's always here once a month. She never fails us. She is in the house. Chef Laquita Marie from Superfood Parents is in the house. But guess what? She has a lot of surprises about tonight. I'm going to bring her up. You guys know who she is. If you don't, you're going to find out in a second. Thank you for being here. Let me bring her up before I start saying hello to everyone. And there she is. Hello, Miss Laquita Marie. You are muted. Go ahead. Are you here?
I'm here.
Okay.
I am here.
How
I'm
you
doing
doing?
great.
I'm gonna
Thank
call
you
you
for
the
having me.
Miss Make It Happen no matter what. Miss Make It
Yeah.
Happen no matter what. You're gonna find you a location. You're gonna find you some Wi-Fi. You're gonna intrude on anybody's space because you can, and you just gonna find a seat and set up shop. Listen, as you guys can see, she is not in her regular studio, and I'm gonna let her tell you where she is. But guess what? She showed up and she is here. And we're going to say welcome to those of you up in the bleachers in the orchestra seat. You might have paid a good little ticket price to be there, but we welcome you anyway. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We got the chat going on, and we'll greet them in a minute. Listen, Miss Superfood Parents, how are you?
Hello. Thank you, Sheila. I'm doing great. Thank you for having me again. This is so wonderful because this is, you know how you introduced me a little bit like, hey, wait a minute, how does she make this happen? She's doing it. Just show up, right? So it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission, they say. And let me tell you something. That's what you do. And we're in 2025, right? I mean, sure.
2025.
Yeah, we're in 2025. Like you might as well round up.
You
They
might as
taught us
well.
that in school.
I get it.
You know what I mean? Like we're so close to 2024. This has been a wonderful year for all of us that have made strides, for all of us that have made setbacks. Like all of it's learning, all of it's learning. And so, one thing that I've learned over the years is if you need to stream, if you need to make a video, your cell phone is so wonderful because it has its own Wi-Fi. And when you turn the Wi-Fi off on your device, then you can go into a public space where they do have Wi-Fi, but it doesn't interfere. so your signal stays strong, your screen stays clearer, and once again, if you just do it, people think you're on the phone. Like people usually don't bother you. If you go tapping people on the shoulder, Mr. Supervisor, sir, can I please? Would you mind if I? Then they gotta like try to clear it. They gotta figure out what's happening, and you could really be talking your stuff. You could really be having a great time on your stream, chit chatting,
Exactly.
FaceTiming, or whatever. And that's what tonight is all about, chatting with friends, because all of the strides that I've made this year, even my setbacks, it's been working with other people. It's either been losing relationships of working with other people or gaining relationships and working with other people. And so moving into 2024, I say, yeah, let's talk a little bit tonight about collaborations, because just in the last 6 months, I have done such a 180, and it's been amazing. And so I
Yeah.
got some fun things to share with everybody tonight. I just want to give a sneak peek because we do have this in a close up. So this way you don't have to like peek right here. We have this as a slideshow, so that way you can see it. Okay. Also, I do want to ask. I know that this is a recipe booklet, by the way. Just in case anybody's wondering, this is a recipe booklet. Oh, Sheila, what are you drinking? I've got hot tea tonight. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking one of my favorite teas. What are you drinking?
Um, Child. First of all, I'm in a public space and they have tea here, so it's a bag of Lipton. There's nothing special. I left the liquor in the car, so I couldn't even make it a hot toddy. It's just tea. It's just tea with sugar.
Lipton black tea, black tea, right? Yes, yes. Well, I'm a tea lover. I love all types of tea from chamomile to Earl Grey is one of my favorites. There's so many
Mm,
tea. I'm just tea all day. I love tea from years ago, just being a tea drinker. And thank you for my coffee. I received should I say it like California people? My coffee. Because they say New Yorkers, we mess up words. We say
right.
coffee. They said, no, it's
Mm-hmm.
coffee. But I did receive my coffee and I really appreciate it. And I told you, being that I'm not a coffee drinker, I'm
Right.
definitely going to try your coffee. I'm definitely
Okay.
going to break my rule and try your
Oh.
awesome coffee because you boast about it so much, and so many other people. Both, I love the packaging. I think I'm gonna run and get it at a certain point to show the people in the nice black. It's very classy and it'll catch your eye. And I really thank you for that. So I'm drinking my tea tonight out of a mug that my kids with mom on it. My girls gave me, well, one of my girls, and then you got me on the
Oh.
other side. I think I love mugs and
Oh, that's
different things.
sweet.
So yeah, we're drinking our hot tea.
You
We're
know
drinking
what?
our
We
hot tea, and
are.
you are where you are. Yes.
So I am in a public space. I won't say the name of the business. If y'all can peep and see the sign in the background, and I'll try to use my head to cover up those people. But either way, thank y'all for showing up. Von Eric, TWP Popcorn, Ane Nia. I see y'all in the chat. I was just peeping a little bit at the chat, and there aren't any vegan tacos here. However, I do have some corn and squash. I have some meatballs, but they're not meatballs. They are plant
Oh,
balls. So they
okay.
are some plant balls, and they're delicious. But anyways, the tea.
That
Let
sounds
me let
yum.
me tell
That
you about
sounds
the
very
tea.
yummy, yummy, yummy. Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, I will say. Now talking about tea, this goes into our collaborations because when can you hear me okay right now? By the way.
Yes, yes.
Okay, great, because I know Trash Can Waves is hanging out in there too. I love Trash Can Waves, but that's a whole
I
nother story.
trash can waves.
Let me tell you, I
Wherever
say
you
that.
are, he's gonna show up.
You know what though? It's because we think alike. Like he's a no nonsense type of person. He shoots from the hip. Literally, he's a firearms person. He builds firearms, but he's also a man's man, where he stands up for what's right. And he was one of the first people I heard speaking out about these gender neutral restrooms. And he wasn't speaking out because he was saying, "What are we doing?" He was saying, "Y'all, guess who's going to be in the restroom with your daughters? It's not the women going into the men's." He was bringing up these main issues that we really have to be. So I just love people like that like to think logically and practically, like,
Yes.
just because
Yeah,
it's a change, it ain't always good. And
yeah,
so Speaking of collaborations, I've
Yeah.
interviewed Trash Can Waves, and that really helps to have had, intimate conversations with people that way. And the speaking of tea, this is where I'm going with this collaboration piece. Uh, you just mentioned teas. We typically buy our teas from people that make their tea blends. So, for example, the Love and Live show, they have their own tea blends that they make. So I order from them.
Right.
Locally owned family business here. I wouldn't even call them family. They are a family, but the long and short of it, they have some amazing tea blends. And then this past Saturday, in between all the running around with my kids, they had recitals and rehearsals and stuff for harp and whatnot. There was a vegan fest, a day brunch. It was like
Mm.
a vegan soul party or something. But I don't think they
Oh.
should have called it vegan because there were vendors. It was basically just a street party where people had products
Oh.
and they also had food. But it was like 50% food and 50% body products, hair products, jewelry, clothes, all of these things.
Yeah.
There was a lady there who had teas. And so this goes into this holiday season. If you all need any ideas, I had each of my girls, I got to whisper a little bit. Can y'all hear me okay? Because they're nearby. I
Yeah.
had each, okay, so I had each of my girls to choose a bag of tea, and that's going to go into their stocking. So we have pictures with the person that blended the tea.
That's
We've laid
awesome.
hands on them, we've seen them, and so it's just a good way, to support
That's
local
amazing.
people, to support business
Yeah.
owners, and to get what you need as well. So that's a wonderful thing that I love about,
Yeah.
the teas. Y'all, if somebody goes sit behind me and take a
You don't
picture, I'm gonna have
remember?
to.
Do you remember? I see them. I see them. It's okay. Do you
Yeah,
remember
no, I
last
know.
year when I tried to open up, I didn't say tried, I began to open up my tea shop. I don't know if you remember last
I
year, we talked
don't
about me
remember
opening
that.
up.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I opened up a Shopify. Is that it? The Shopify store? Is that
Right,
what's the
right.
I opened it up, the whole front of the store. I did all of that, had tea connections, was getting someone to really blend my teas, but it didn't happen then, but it will because it's something I love and I love introducing people to different types of teas and what goes along with the tea in terms of the
Mm.
crumpets and certain things. So you are absolutely correct. I always hear you talk about the Love and Live show. I'm going to have to get her on the platform. I would love for her to come and be a guest here on the Bravo stage and have some conversation. I just love collaborating, like you're saying, with and when I first got in these YouTube streets, I was kind of afraid to approach
Right.
people because you just don't know. And then I found out that sometimes people think you have a motive when you invite them on your platform. I see I'm not from that. So I'm not from that mindset, nor is my heart like that. But I had to step back and learn some things and be careful how I would just introduce myself or just let the Lord bring it to me. Just let the Lord open doors because I know in these YouTube streets, it's a whole different world here.
It really is. And like you said, it's a whole different world because, you have keyboard warriors, you have people hiding behind these different masks, and you don't really know what their motive is, what their identity. But the nice thing about it is that because of the long term format, because the not long term, the long form format, because of the way live streams work, you really get to see people's personalities, you really get to meet people and know them, and that is how I've gotten to know not just you, but so many
So
others.
many people.
Yeah, that now we have each other's cell phone numbers and we talk. And I even met someone today because I really would like to talk tonight a lot about business and
Okay.
how these collaborations in our businesses can grow with each other, exactly what you're saying.
Okay.
Because I met a new person. I didn't meet him today. I've been watching his content, right? So he's a handyman. He calls himself a handyman, but basically he's a tradesman. And he's a bulletproof handyman where he talks about why you should price your pricing a certain way, which ways are best to guarantee work, what's a great insurance company. So I'm
Mm.
watching it as a business person because I'm like, oh, this is cool. And then he's a family man. He always talks about his wife, his two children, they're twins, young twins, or whatever. But when I chatted in his live stream today, he saw my name and he said, wait a minute, I gotta write your name down. He said, because superfood is my thing. He said, people don't know it, but superfoods are what I live for. He said, I'm very particular
Wow.
about what I feed my family, how I feed my family, and I believe that whatever has grown from the ground, or whatever is has been in its as close to its original form, that's what we should be eating. And so, he said, email me.
Wow.
And I'm like, great. I've got another friend, because you know how there are certain people that you're drawn to, but that's what this collaboration space is all about. When you
Yes.
see people who are like minded, no matter what they're doing, no matter what their business type is, TWP Popcorn grows some edible things out there. And I found out, I knew though that he was a business person. He's like a lot like Trash Can Waves, right? They're
Hmm.
like, but you know what I mean? Like they're both like, okay, but we know all the ways, of to get things
Yes.
done, and they get
Yes.
it done.
Wow. And you, like I'm telling you, when I first, I think how I met you was a couple of months into me being, because I haven't been in these streets for a total of 2 years yet. But one thing I know that I've learned, that you must be consistent, and people will trust you and learn you, because, we are not touching anyone or feeling anyone, we're not looking in the eyes of someone. It's a feel thing. It's a connection that happens here in YouTube. And when I first came to your channel, all I felt and thought about was family oriented, good information, a wealth of information, different. You bring so much to your platform to educate and to encourage. And that's what I love, And then I met She Fires. That's where I met She Fires, on your platform. And then Kelly, she was the first person who mentored me here in these YouTube streets, right? Because I didn't know anything. And she took time out and talked to me off camera and scheduled me in, just like you have done and continue to do for me now, mentor slash teacher Laquita.
No, I do appreciate that. And so, before, I know you wanted to chat a little bit, see what everybody's saying in the chat.
I
And
sure do.
yeah, I definitely say let's talk to them, because like you
Okay.
said, there are a lot of great relationships that have formed in these YouTube streets. So let's hear
Yes.
from them as well. I might
I'm
mute
gonna
just
I'm
because
gonna
my background might get noisy.
okay. What was that lady doing behind you? Trying to figure out what you were doing?
No, you know what? So this
What?
this right here, there's a bench, and people keep sitting down to take pictures. So I think she was just taking a picture of this, this Christmas scene
Of the
here.
tree,
So this
whatever.
holiday
Okay.
scene.
Okay. So we got, we have the one and only, me, I always boast about the best moderator in these streets.
Yes.
The beautiful, loving Inenia is in the house. She's in the house. She's getting kisses thrown. And we got your people, TWP Popcorn, who's
Hey,
always where you are, supporting you. Thank you so much for being here. And then Inenia is giving you a formal hello, hey, 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 which
thank
is
you.
awesome, which is awesome. And so WP is saying must be vegan taco somewhere, right? She must have them in her pocket or something, right?
Because it's Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday. I usually try to do Taco Tuesday at home. My kids get so sick and tired of me. They just, yeah, it didn't happen today.
And they is saying, I love that intro. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And she's
I was digging it
complimenting.
too.
You was digging it.
Yeah.
All right. And so she said, this stream looks great. Thank you so much. And then you are beautiful, beautiful. And then we got my spiritual daughter in the house. We got her here. We got my daughter here, Leslie Tuckett. Wait up. Leslie is
Hey.
putting up hands and she's saying hello and sending hearts. And then we got your boy Trash Can saying, right around the corner,
There you
right
go.
around the corner. Your people
Mm.
support you so well. And so you said, we getting ready to trot on into 2025. And they's like, wait a minute, wait a minute. Did I take a nap through the whole 2024? Like, what are you talking about, Laquita?
Y'all know it's 2025. Like we're already there. We're so close. We might as well just round on up to 2025, right?
And you got DJ in the house. Is in the house. And we got Von Eric. He's He is
All the
that
music
second
people.
one. Listen, he's that one. That's my boy right there. Von Eric, where's your faith? An encourager, a supporter, just a great guy. And it's like I was saying earlier, we're here behind these mics and lights and everything, and people come in, right? And sometimes we never get to meet people personally, but yet we're family and we feel the personal connection. And that's what I love. I love, I love, I love. And so Trash Can is saying, Boston in the building. All right, we got Boston in the building. We got Virginia in the building. We got Washington, Baltimore. We got New York in the building. All right. And before I forget, and I don't want to forget, I want everyone to give my sweet daughter a happy birthday, a happy birthday. It is Leslie Tucker's birthday soon as the clock hits 12 and she is here. It's her birthday. She's getting out of here, getting on a plane and flying to Florida to her home that she never gets a chance to live in, but she's going.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah,
Happy
yeah.
birthday.
Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yep, it's her birthday. It's her turn. It's her turn. She played a big, huge part in my birthday party. Huge, a huge, huge part. Okay, so then we have Von Eric. They're commenting and saying hello to each other. I think here's a comment. I think I passed. Wait, I didn't know that about. She didn't know what you see how you just gave information. See, you know him, you know what he do, but by you being here, it's educating people that would not know these things about, like even with love and live life,
Yes, Love and Live show.
Love and Live show. I look at her show sometimes, but I want to start sending out invitations to some of the wonderful
Yeah.
people that come here and support you. But supporting you is supporting me, right? And they're
Yes.
so interesting and they have so much to offer. So Ine is
Yeah.
talking to Trash Can. Hey, Trash Can, I had to come over here to tell you I'm proud of you. Okay.
Yeah, we all are. So for
Hmm.
those of us that know Trash Can Waves, we love them, and we
Yeah.
for a lot of reasons, for a lot of good reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. And he says
Trolls for
troll
days.
trolls for
TWP
days.
popcorn, because he's the one that I learned all my cheat codes from.
Oh,
So
really?
when I say cheat codes, he's the one that teaches you how to grow, a lot of different ways of how to monetize yourself, how to grow
Oh,
in a
really?
lot of different ways. Yeah, and so
I didn't
just
know
with
that.
him, yep, I was able to increase my watch time and my subscribers.
Get
He showed me
out.
how to build my team. Yep.
So you
Mhm.
that is good to know because Ine is on the phone. I'm like, girl, I said I'm almost monetized. I am short of, I think, how many hours, Ine? 300 watch hours. I have everything else covered. Everything
Wow.
else covered. So I'm over 500. I'm on 700 and something now. And I'm
Yep.
like, oh yeah, yeah. And then I looked in the back office. It's like, nope, you got to fill these watch hours up before you can
You'll feel
actually.
those.
So
Yeah.
we're striving to get those watch hours filled. And let's see. And here we go. We're always putting up, hey everyone, you can support Laquita by subscribing to her channel. Yes, please, please, and please subscribe. Listen, it's just too much information to put on Laquita, even on a banner. So she's going to talk you through it before she leaves. She's just in so many things. Today, I bumped into a live that she's doing with a nurse, and I said, there she go. Brainstorm, hit it, let's do it. So she did this segment with another nurse, and I said, that's gonna fly. That's just gonna go. It's just gonna fly because it's unique, it's different, and
Yeah.
that's what
You
you
know
do.
what? I'd like to say something about that real quick, because that's one of the ways to grow. Collaborating is one huge way to grow, because a lot of us, we want to take great strides. However, everybody that's in the comments, Tori's Brain, Black Girls Getting Their Shift, Ania, TWP Popcorn, Trash Can Waves, all of those people make a difference, because what happens is when you collaborate, then more people know you and they're more comfortable to coming to your space. So even if they're not coming all the time, what
Yeah,
happens is you still get some traffic, and they will
right,
bring other people, and people
right.
will always come in and out. But today, when I was with Gina, she's one of those people. She's like, oh, I'm just favored. I am highly favored. That's just my gift. So she told me, she said, by doing this, you will grow. And I was like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? Because I was looking at it just as another collaboration
Right,
to grow my local viewership. Then
right,
I forgot. I was like, oh, okay, she got the gift. So anyway,
right.
keep on saying hello to everybody.
Yes, yes. And that's so important. And so I've come out of my little shell of being afraid to approach people. And I don't take it personal when I send an email and ask and they don't respond. I don't take it personal. I said maybe it's not the season and maybe they're busy. Because sometimes people can get, well, they didn't respond. That's not me. I just know that I'm learning here and I've learned a lot and I stay woke. I stay woke. We got Sandra Birthright in the house. She said, let's eat well. She's like, okay, what we talking about? She's the type of person that'll look at a recipe and start going out. She'll get up and go out and get the ingredients like right now and
So
come back and start cooking.
look, I got something. We got something for you
We
tonight,
got
Sandra.
something for you. That's right.
Yeah,
And
we
we
do.
got
And this is
Tori.
actually it's related to
Mhm.
Tori's brain because
Oh, perfect
Tori.
timing.
This is Tori's brain and Sandra Birthright. This right here is a magic rice recipe booklet that she's going to show. There's a recipe in here. There's a word search on the back because Tori's brain. He started out talking about his brain. He's certified. He's like a certified brain coach where he does a lot of different things. He's a counselor and whatnot. So
Mhm.
I'm explaining it wrong, but my point is that he deals a lot with the functions of the brain and his coaching and everything. And
Nice.
one way that he saw that people love, one way that he saw to engage was a way that people love was playing games. And of course, these brain games that you play, it really helps those neural pathways. And so, Tori's brain is another one, just the OG, right? And we've been there together. I used to be at my daughter's ballet class, um, chatting in his live stream during their class because I
Oh,
always would try to show up. My schedule these days has gotten super crazy, but my point is that because even right now, one daughter is at an event, a musical event, and the other two are over there. You know what
right.
I mean? But you just do it.
I
And
said you to
so,
make it happen, Queen. You're
look,
not gonna let anything get in your way. Not just for you, Laquita, but I love the fact you have the heart for the people. You love, you'll hear me say all the time, what you have, what God has given you, and what you've learned and the wisdom you've attained in your life doesn't belong to you. It belongs to someone else, right? And we have to have a mindset that it doesn't even you, oh, I don't feel like it, or oh, I don't such. And sometimes you don't. But when we keep that mindset that I've gotten through this trial, I've gotten through this walk, I'm in this journey, and I've gotten so much. Someone else is not where you are. They're on their way. And as you give back and share what you've got in you, right? The wisdom, you help somebody, and you don't even have to know who it is. The knowing the fact that you give it away. You give it away. We have to give it away. Black girls getting their shift together. It's funny the first time you went on there, and I was like, when you was telling me the name, I said, getting your who together? I was like, wait, the sugar honey iced tea? And then I was like, wait a minute. And I said, oh, that is so unique. I loved it. Getting your shift together. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. You are a
yeah,
blessing. You are a blessing
she
with your
is.
channel. She's got to come on my channel too. I got to invite
You know,
her. Hmm.
Yeah, let me tell you, with her, so this is why I say collaboration is amazing. Thank you, because I'm always looking at Ursula like, girl, you're so gorgeous. And then she'll tell me, girl, the melanin is popping. And so, uh, hold on a second. Coco, bring me the to go thing so I can put that in here. So, y'all know I'm here at in the cafeteria section. So sorry about all the clanking in the background, but,
Got Atlanta in the
ATL.
house. Yes.
You know what? She helped me. This is where I'm saying I'm always working my brain. So I know Tori's brain was like, thanks, Laquita, but go ahead, put it over there and bag it up for me, please, or get her to help put it in there because I'm on the show and I'm famous right now, so I can't do that
Hi,
part. Thank you,
Coco.
minion. Oh look, child, I can't even call you a minion. They over here tomorrow. Hey, Coco. Look, Miss Sheila said, hey, Coco. Yeah. So basically, I'm a life learner. First of all, I was nosy, right? But then that creates you. Isn't Anya just a beautiful person, Sandra? I'm with you. Uh, my brain is always working. I'm nosy at heart, and so when uh, put these in there. Yes, it will. Put a fork and put it over there and the thing. Let me tell y'all, these kids don't know how to play Tetris. They don't know how to pat stuff up. Anyway, so what happened was, um,
Okay. Three seventy
black girls
nine.
getting,
Thanks, Nate. 379 short of the watch hours. All right. Go
oh,
ahead. You
okay.
know she was gonna run and get the number. But go ahead. Go
Right,
ahead, Laquita.
right. That's good. And so basically, when Tori's brain, he's like, y'all got to work your brains. You got to use your brains. I'm like, yep, yep, yep. Hey, Lashes Journey, girl, we love you. Yes, I'm an island gal. See, speaking of angels, and they show up in the
The
live
angel,
stream. Look at Love and Live.
we done drew her in. We done willed her in by the Holy Spirit. We willed her in.
Yeah, and speaking of the Holy Spirit, Love and Live show always on her show preaching, talking about what God gonna do for you. She's like
Listen,
you, Sheila.
my
She's
kind of
like,
girl.
right, right. So here's the thing. Love and Live show, excuse me, going back to Tori's brain. So I'm like, okay, good. Somebody that knows that's saying we can use our brain. Now, remember back when I told you Trash Can Waves was speaking up about some of the things that were going on out here, and he was pointing out different things like, y'all, look at these folks. It's not just that they have a preference or a desire to do something, but there's a lot going on out here with people. And I was like, well, what's going on with people? And then Black Girls Getting Their Shift Together was always talking about mental health. So I was like, Lord, Trash Can was trying to say these people was crazy without saying it was crazy. And she never said they were
Uh,
crazy because really what she always talks about is, hold on a second, because I'm going to holler at somebody. Because when my kids start acting up, I act up.
I'll put some comments up while she's doing that. I'll put some comments up while she's talking to the children.
I'm done with them.
You talk.
You know, uh, hey, Nikki, let me tell y'all. Y'all know I got a big mouth. So when my kids start acting up, I just get louder than them. I embarrass
You
them quick.
do
And then I
you?
call their name and everything.
Do
Yeah, I
you?
just did. hmm And then she shut right up, too. She shut right up. She was trying to boss my other daughter. They always trying to boss the oldest and the youngest one. You know
Uh-huh.
how you got three daughters. I don't know if yours
Yes.
do this, but the oldest and the youngest one always the youngest one trying to be the mama of the
Well, the
oldest one who
youngest one
always treats
is trying to be the mom. My youngest one tries to run everything.
right,
Yes.
right. So, so the oldest one was trying to keep her in check, but she's too lazy to walk behind her, so she's trying to holler to her. So I was like, oh, okay, let me, girl, if I had on a belt, right? But y'all know I got that SOC, that slap of correction I do.
Wait, wait a minute. Wait a second. Say it again. Wait, say
The
that
SOC,
the
SOC.
SOC,
Because
slap of correction.
right. Because
Laquita,
when they were
that's so
little,
funny.
we would give them pop rocks when they were little. We'd be like, you want some pop rocks? You know what I'm saying? You would have to say the name of a food or something so people in public would know. So now, these kids,
Oh
man.
God, that's
So yeah,
hilarious. You got people crying. Look, they're crying. Everybody's lips
look,
crying.
these kids, and then I don't know why they don't like to be embarrassed because I think I might have said this, and a lot of people in the chat know this. If you a church person, when you go to church a lot, you get a low level of embarrassment because so many things happen in church that just anything goes. So you
uh,
realize like, oh, anything. You know how people be running around. It depends on your church. I grew up in a charismatic Pentecostal holiness church
uh-huh.
where, I done seen people there you go, Nikki. You already know. They already knew what the pop rocks meant. And each one of them had a different food name too, because somebody else had a different name. I forget, but they even remember their name for the pops they used to get. And I'm gonna tell you about the SOC in a minute because when you eat your fruits and vegetables, you can get really good at this SOC. You get real effective. Hold on, because I gotta holler again. Hold on, because I see them running.
Okay, wait.
Child, we're gonna get put out or not. Because you know
Or
what,
not.
too? People do like when you tell your kids, like when you be keeping them in check. You know how everybody be around snickering? No, I think they over there fighting, but that's fine. Okay, the little one winning because the big one keep jumping back. Anyway, so
Oh Lord.
and then they don't even fight like we used to fight for real. Nowadays, kids be like, and then they
That's
wait And then I guess they waiting for a return. I don't even understand that. Like that's not a fight. That's just like that's literally passing licks. Like I'm gonna wait to get mine. Then but I was the bully in my family, and I would be fighting everybody because I was next to the youngest. But I'd be fighting older people than me, my brothers and sisters. And I told this story before. When my brother punched me in the arm, and I thought my arm was broken, I think, and my sister one time punched me in the stomach, and I was like, "Oh, that's how you get people." But I knew that I said I ain't gonna fool with my family no more. I only fought my little sister after that.
Quita ain't
but
playing tonight. They say you're not playing tonight. And then she said that you call that polite fighting. Polite fighting.
oh, that passing licks when you like, and I'm gonna stand here and
Uh-huh.
wait,
Hmm.
see what's gonna
The
happen.
raised eyebrows said it all. She said it
Child,
again here. Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
I know
Oh,
y'all
this
are
is
so fun
funny
tonight, y'all.
tonight.
And y'all know what? We are not going to be here long because, of course, we came in to talk about collaborations, and y'all are proving the
Yes.
point. Collaborations is what it's all about. We're family. We can be real with each other. We can ask good questions, and we can give serious answers because we really know that the information that we're sharing with one another is not falling on deaf ears. We
Right.
aren't trolls, just trolling the comments. Um,
Right.
bothering other folks or whatever. And so
Correct.
it's a really good thing to be a content creator in this space at this time of year. And when I say at this time of year in 2025, because y'all know we just skipped all past, we
Oh,
just rounding up,
you
right?
done just skipped right through 24. I hope we did a lot of great things in 24, being that you done edged us into 25.
Well, you know what? Y'all let us know, what your plans are for 2024 because you know how this time of year we already should have planned 2024, which means by the time next year comes and we're implementing
Yeah.
2024, we're planning for 2025. So
Right.
that's why I say it's a great time to be in business. It's a great
Yes.
time to be a content creator. It's a great time just to have a job because every job that I've always worked, I learned something.
Right.
I have new resources, not just financial, but more information, more ways to get things done, and all of
Absolutely.
that.
And that's why I
So,
got, the unction to, I'll say the unction, I'm dating myself, to talk about next week's show on Bravo on Tuesday. And it's simply just what I heard in my spirit is positivity, right? And positivity. So that's why I've got a few of us that are gonna come and get on the platform, talk about the positivity we've segued through in 2023. Talk about how we've helped each other by what you're talking about, collaborating, sharing. If you can't even go to a live that someone's having, I always say, "Hi, I'm passing through, came to show some love," and I'll hit that like button and I'll keep it moving, right? So it's different ways to support and be present with other people. So next week on Tuesday, prayerfully you'll be on, and there's a few other people that have been with us in 2023 that's going to come on and share. My co-host Dawn B will be on, and just have a panel of people sharing and talking. I'm trying to get in Nia and Von Eric, Where's Your Faith? I'm trying to get them to come up because they're so active, and other people
right.
to
And we
share
need
what
to see
they've
them on
received.
camera.
Yeah,
We
and to
want to
see
see
what
them on
they've
camera.
received, right? The
Yes. And
positivity. And did they walk away with jewels? Because you know what I always say, take the jewels, leave the junk. And I don't mean that
yep.
from Bravo with Sheila. In life, period. In life, take the jewels, leave the junk, because it's mixed together many, many times. Yeah. So I'm gonna follow your lead. Let's put this comment up first. The first 4 months of 2024 are going to be so busy and exciting for me. Please pray for my obedience and favor. Oh, favor, you don't have to pray for. It's already on you. It's already on you. The obedience part, yeah, that's your part.
Absolutely.
That's your
Right?
part. But the favor gonna drop
Mm.
anyway. Oh, don't let me start. Don't let's go there. Don't let's turn this show into something else. And the everyday life and OT, this chick says positivity. Yes, we definitely need some of that. Yes, so we're going to chat about that. You guys pop over on next Tuesday and Bravo. And let me eat the fish, leave the bones. Same difference. There you go. There you go. I love it. I love it.
Exactly. That's so wonderful, Ania. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you. I'm excited for you because again, we're here December 19th. We're so close to 2024 that if you already don't have something planned for next year, if
True.
you already, and this is not for you on any, this is everybody else that's trying to catch up to you, right? If you don't know that what the first 3 months at least of 2024 is going to look like, get ready. You still have a couple of weeks to set your intentions, to make your place your goals. And when I was watching Love and Live show the other day, and this is what I do most of the time now is look and lurk on everybody's channel. Because usually either my hands are busy or if I start chatting, I can't stop chatting because y'all know I talk a lot, right? So, Love and Live show, they were talking about, their goals for next year. And I know one thing that favorite nephew Elia was saying was, I'm just looking to get better. He was like, I'm always learning. And he's very young, right? Because when I first started watching their show, he had just turned 18 or was about to turn 18. So that means he's 19 now, might be turning 20, And so, just this is wonderful. Like all of us are in a space
Yeah,
to learn, to grow. I'd
absolutely.
like to share right
Yes,
now if you want to put up
sure.
the activity booklet I was talking about because I want to
Absolutely.
talk about how this ties into collaboration. So go to the other page, please, because
Yep.
this is the inside, this is the outside. This
Yep.
is what I was showing you all. I always talk about Canva. I've talked about WordWall a lot. This particular slideshow, these 2 pages, is the outside of a booklet, right? So I did this just on one sheet of paper. I've been making resource guides like this for years. Use one sheet of paper, you get 4 pages of information, and when you fold it, it works out very well. So last week for my culinary Kwanzaa, I should have sent you that one too, Sheila, because last week for my culinary Kwanzaa, I did a booklet like this. I used WordWall to create this word search, and then I just copied it as a picture, a JPEG, so I could upload it to Canva. On the right side, that's one, when you fold this, that's the outside of the booklet. So you see I have my QR code to my website. At the bottom, I have my website everywhere. So this gives me an opportunity for branding. So whenever I tell people, a lot of people, they'll look at this and they say, oh, that's for kids. And I'm like, no, it's actually for everyone because the Kwanzaa booklet has it has a front on it. It has a lexicon on the front so that people know some of the information about Kwanzaa. There's a Kwanzaa word search, a coloring sheet, but it also has the symbols of Kwanzaa. So basically, these are educational resources. And today, when I was there at when I was on the live stream earlier today at the food pantry, that lady is in the city of Virginia Beach. She writes a lot of grants. She receives a lot of grants. And she knows that she can write into the grant educational content, like we need to purchase educational content. So I told her, I said, okay, so what I'll do is I'll make sure every time I come, I'll be bringing a recipe booklet. That means for next year, we have a contract for 3 months. Every week, I'll be creating one of these, which means I can compile them. We can do them independently. We can do them as booklets, but then I can be paid for the books because she can buy the books as education. And we can also explore other avenues of revenue. But what I'm saying, you all, is that whatever you have, use it. I used to do this on Microsoft Word. That's how I started with this, that way back with Microsoft Word, right? So that's why even when Canva comes out with new features, I'm like, okay, they finally got that because Word has it. I started using Google Drive because Google Drive has your documents. And then I saw it wasn't as robust as Microsoft Word, but I kept learning about it and using it so I could, create the same things in a mobile setting. And now that we have Canva, it's like, great, we have everything all in one place. Our images, I don't have to be searching online for images. Everything's in one place. So if you can please go to the second slide, but not before any questions. Does anybody have any questions right now? Or is there anything that I might have said that you're like, wait a minute, tell me more. How else can I use this with my business? So while we wait for questions, did you have any questions, Sheila, about anything I've just said? You're muted, I think. Say it again, please.
Okay. Yeah, so basically, um, whatever you do, whatever you're gifted with, whatever you're thinking about doing, even if you think you can't do it, you could actually create this. You can go, and those of you, I'm gonna let Laquita tell you what Canva is for those of you out there who don't know what it is. It's an incredible tool. but you're saying that we could take this for any and everything that we want to do. If I'm a seamstress, if I sew, I can write
Absolutely.
it and do tips on how do you put a button
Yes.
to a this, or how do you, do this to that, bringing the creativity
Right.
that's already in you on paper, on book, and now you have something to offer outside. There we go, give it away. What, just give away what you have. And so I think this is awesome, because you know that I'm getting ready to really pull up on, the Lord is dealing with me about, you went to school to become an etiquette consultant. When I was in North Carolina, I had the etiquette hour, which was a school for little brown babies, right? And young men. And it was incredible. The parents was bringing their kids and just bringing them. And the table was always set. And I taught them, and etiquette is not just about utensils. It's about, how does a young man tie a particular knot in his tie, and how many inches does his sleeve should be back with his sleeve cuff. Certain things like that. So creating a book like this at a glance would draw people to me. Right? They'd be like, "Oh, this is what this is. Oh, I didn't know etiquette was this too. I didn't know etiquette was about public speaking." I was sharing with
Right.
I was sharing with Ine the other morning. I had called her for something, and we were talking, and I said, "Ine, every time I say hit something so I could hear it." Because in school, that's part of the course. If you say, like, how we talk, we say, and every time we would say, the teacher would throw marbles into a tin can. Bang, bang, bang. Because you don't realize how many times when you're speaking, public speaking, or just speaking in general, you go, yeah, so the other morning I heard myself, I felt like I was in her class. I said, "Nay, every time I say hit something so I can correct myself." Simple tips like that, people don't know about as part of etiquette. So my point is that I could use this on so many levels, with my singing, with teaching worship, right? For churches, teaching arts departments, because that's another thing that I do. So I just think this is I think this is awesome. Look, we have somebody hit the tin can. Throw a marble at me. Look at these comments. Look at these comments. Yes, she's dealing with the children. So the everyday life. She says yes.
Yep.
Me too. She says me too, and she's dying laughing.
Right. Right.
And
I'm
and then
watching. I'm
and
listening.
and Naya said, yeah, and I'm an too. Yeah,
Me
because
too.
yeah, you just don't know how many times you say that, and it can be really, like, for a person who's listening to you. If you're trying to, like, correct things within yourself, you
Right.
want to learn how to train yourself to omit and take out those things that have become habits for us. So yeah, I would use this for my worship,
So
booklet. I
you
would
see
teach it.
right. You
Yes,
see the
yes,
value because, like you
yes,
said, and no matter what industry we have, you can
yes.
take a lot of different nuggets. We did one time that was a constellation. Um, we had to do a presentation for Amara. I have said that. Y'all, just so y'all know, this live stream is about to be done in about 5 minutes because we said we weren't going past an hour, and partly because the location where I'm in closes at 8 o'clock. But anyways, Eastern Standard Time. So, anyways, what I was going to say though is that yes, this is how. This is one way that you can easily find engaging ways for your audience to learn your content. Like people don't just want to read. So if you'll show the other page that we
Sure,
had up, that
sure.
page is a recipe, the magic rice recipe on
And
one
here you
side.
go, Sandra. Here's your recipe.
Absolutely, right? And then on the other side, there's a story about how we can use these fruits and vegetables. And I did make some of them bold. I tried to make the inside mainly black and white, but I did have my logo in color. And this was this Lord, I'm saying oh my goodness. Here with the etiquette coach. So, long story short, sometimes I break it up so that instead of one whole thing on one side, I would have two different things, on each side. And I would break it up with pictures and whatnot because people are visual beings. And so when we did our booklet on constellations to show how people have used the sky, the night sky to
Mhm.
guide them,
Yeah.
we were teaching at a teachers conference
Awesome.
for NASA, so we had to be pretty accurate. But those teachers, they still wanted something engaging and
Right.
visual.
Right.
So, in this way, this is like a super simple way for whatever your industry is, gardening, the everyday life of an OCD chick, black girls getting their shift together for mental health issues and for identifying different things. You can do a matching. So that way people are matching up proper terms with how they're calling things. We don't call people crazy. Retarded is out of date.
Right.
We don't use
Right.
some of those words.
Correct. Correct.
Same thing with Tori's brain, why he plays some of these games or the purpose of this. Of course, trash can waves and TWP popcorn, Ania, everybody. A simple booklet is a great way to get your point across, and you're using one sheet of paper. And so, look, Sandra says, I got it, and thanks. And the nice thing is that with this particular recipe, I don't use canned food. So on the other slide where you see the word search, it tells you there, these are all the foods that you can actually use in your magic rice. You don't have to stick to these items. I know a lot of people, because we were at a food pantry today, we had to use canned foods, a combination of fresh and frozen, fresh and canned. But the other side, this is an educational tool to show them you're not limited to just these things. Use any five of these foods in the word search in your magic rice, and no matter what, you'll get your 25 points because you get 5 points for every fruit and vegetable. Plus, you'll get the nutritional benefits of these foods. And right there in the story, it tells the nutritional benefits of the foods. It tells some of the things they can be used for, like salsas and soups and whatnot. So, a simple booklet is a wonderful way to impress people that you're collaborating with, to educate their audience, and to monetize yourself, because this is a
Mhm.
booklet that you can easily sell. You can definitely sell. You put your
Yeah.
price on it based on the market, based on your audience. Research that. If you're selling to a corporation, that's my goal, to sell a stack of books, not one at a time to this person and that person, but
Volume.
like
Yeah.
with the food pantry, yes, the food pantry can say, we need 500 of these booklets. And I can say, oh yeah, well, they're $1.50 each. If I'm
Mhm.
selling them, that way, I might say, oh, they're $1.50 each. Or I might say, well, they're $2.50 each. They're $5 each. It depends on what the budget can handle.
Right. You
Because
know what? As you're talking, what about the person who is a novice? They have a vision, they have a gift, they have a talent, but this kind of information scares them. Like, I don't know anything about what she's talking about. I don't have a clue. So most times when people hear things like this and they haven't stepped into the water, they kind of just draw back and don't do anything. So, like for instance, when you're talking about the magic, like what is she talking magic? What? Or Canva?
right,
Real quickly before we leave, let's kind of, and you're going to come back prayerfully on Tuesday, and you can bring the Kwanzaa booklet and we can show that, right? And with someone who has this vision and have these ideas, who's not a content creator, but they have vision and they're afraid of touching, understanding, what would you say to them in terms of the Canva experience? Would you direct them to Canva and say, start here? Or of course you're going to have them take your webinar, right? Because those that want to learn something, you can guide them. But in closing, because I know we have to go, this information is so powerful, but everyone does not know how to use these tools.
yeah, no, I got you. Yeah, let's wrap it up with that. So you can show the other side one more time, and then we'll just take this down and we'll finish chatting, because Six Bowls is back. I know she's in the house. She has six daughters and going for a boy. So yes, hey there, so good to have you here. Let me say this: Canva. If some of you can remember Vistaprint, if some of you can remember posters and banners, for anybody that's ever printed a flyer and had to create a banner or anything like that. So Sheila, if you can show the other side of this
Sure.
slide, then we'll just close it out so people can just see, like, what we're talking about here. This is something that I used to use. Excuse me, I used to create this type of document using Microsoft Word. Now they have Canva, which is like Vistaprint, where you can design it there and get it printed there, or simply save it and share it in a digital format. For this, I shared it with Sheila as a digital format. Today, when I went to my food pantry, she printed it. They have a printer there that prints and folds, so that way I had an actual copy. And Canva, they sell a lot of different print, not just print, but they don't sell these things. This is where you can create your slideshows. This is where you can create birthday cards, scrapbook pages. They even have a way for you to set up your website. If you want to create a website in Canva, you can create social media posts. That's what a lot of people use it for, social media
Yes.
posts. It will automatically create videos for you. And there's a lot of quote unquote magic in Canva where AI is built into a lot of our software now. So instead of having to go to Chat GPT for this particular story that's on the other side, I went to Chat GPT to have that story crafted and I adjusted it some because you always use that as your first draft. However, even Canva, it has a writer in there for you. Y'all, Google has a writer for you. Google Bard, when you opt into
Right.
Google Labs, it gives you Google Bard. Now they've upgraded to from Bard, B-A-R-D, to now Gemini, which is a better name for it, and all of that. But it's all the same thing. It's all
You can
artificial
talk and
intelligence.
speak it and it'll type it for you. So no
Exactly.
fear, no fear. Things are so different now. And Canva is an app. You just go to your app store and download it on your phone, on your computer, and just jump in and you'll be like, oh, this is easy. Oh, oh, this is how you do that. You just gotta jump into it and create,
Exactly.
and put what you're trying to get out there and take the opportunity because everyone does not know how to work the creative piece of Canva or whatever,
Right.
but they still are visionaries out there who need
And
this push.
And I was going to say, and a lot of people did not know how to work Microsoft Word. So
True.
now Canva has made it so much easier that if you can dream it, like you said, Canva can help you to easily create it. And then, of course, you really do have to work on it, y'all. You have to try, and not only try, but this is where collaboration comes in. Email me at nutrition@superfoodparents.com. Superfood Parents is my channel. My email is nutrition@superfoodparents.com. So if you have a need for collaboration and you need to learn something, you need a tutorial, a lot of times you need people to show you exactly which button to click, and that's where you can really thrive and grow. And that's where the beauty of collaborations comes in. So yeah,
Yes.
thank you all. Yep, check out the YouTube channel. Um, I have my new website. Hopefully, it's done. I've just got to get it launched and get it tied to put the domain over to there. And
Yeah.
so, you know, this way it'll be a more intuitive space for people to find the recipes, find the
Absolutely.
games, and all of those things. But really, really, one thing that I have always done is I've always tried something. Like when I first started with broadcasting 3 years ago, I didn't know how to edit. I have a mobile editor that I use, and it's so much easier for me to use other editors. I use that editor on Microsoft. Excuse me, just a moment. If you can talk for a moment, Sheila, my daughter's
All
calling
right.
me, so I'm going to,
Okay.
yeah.
All right, so guys, we are going to wrap up. It's been awesome. It's always awesome when we're here with Chef Laquita Marie, Superfood Parents. It's always wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. She's been on the platform, I think, for the last 4 or 5 months, once a month. Her and her crew that she brings along with her, all her supporters. And so I'm grateful for all of you that continuously support her and support me, right? And I appreciate it. And so we're going to wrap it up because she's somewhere. I can't tell you where she is, but you obviously see that she's not in her studio and she's not home cooking. But I'm so glad she made it happen. She just did what she does, she makes it happen. And so we're grateful for her. She's with her children and they're on the sidebar on the side of her, but they're there doing what they do. And I just thank you so very much for always supporting this channel. I thank you to all of you who leave comments. Leave a comment after you leave today. She dropped off. Maybe she got disconnected. Leave a comment about how you enjoyed the broadcast and what you've enjoyed here at Bravo with Sheila throughout the year. You know, some of you that are on right now, I definitely want to reach out to you to, we can be, you can be a guest on the platform, or we can chat and share information, right? And so I want to thank you so much. I think I have a few comments that I did not put up. What is your channel's name? My channel's name is Bravo with Sheila Network. The Bravo with Sheila Network. And for some reason, I totally, Laquita and I were so deep into the conversation that I totally forgot to stream stream the banner today. We were so caught up. Bravo with Sheila Network. That is the channel name. Laquita is back. Let me bring her back up. That is the name of the channel. And thank you all for being here. And the other the channel, great live stream. Thank you so much. We always love you guys. Always.
Thank you.
Always love you. Thank you for your support. Thank you for always holding my sister down. You always hold my sister Laquita down. And I love it. I love it. And so we're grateful. I'm going to give you the last words, Laquita, and then we'll sign off.
The last word. Okay, so let me tell y'all, the last word is that I got to run downstairs and pay for something because, good. I'm glad you learned something today, Sandra, because the kids didn't want to come back up and get something from me to pay. So they forgot to take the payment. So
all right, anyway, you got to go. You multitasking. You got your family.
But you know what? Long story short, y'all, set your goals and learn something new. And I'm glad that you learned something new, Sandra. We all sharing and we're all learning from each other. So thank you all for always supporting. I won't be live tomorrow because I'm on a field trip with my daughter, but I was live a couple of times today. So I had a great time with you, Sheila. Thank you for this opportunity.
Give yourself a bravo. All right, we are out of here. I'll talk to you soon, Laquita. Ciao.
All right.